This conference will now be recorded.
Cool. Hey guys, good evening. And today we are going to discussing about Elasticache. Okay, it's a very important service when you do the memcache kind of things. Like for example, let's say you want to increase your reading, like as for example any database queries or data you want to read many times, like as most requests are coming from the read. That scenario, instead of go and hit every time in the main database or anything, we can use for Elasticache. We can get a very fast. It's used like as a memcache. It's used like as a memcache for us. Here is the two types of Elasticache we had. One is the Redis, one is the memcache D. Okay, two types we had. We can use any one of this, but mostly the Redis, it's a more important. We are going to use it as that. Even the exam point of view, it's a very important question. Okay, maybe one or two question will come under this when you do the exam solution architect level. Okay, fine. Let's see like basic introduction about the Elasticache and see the what are the options we had in this with the hands-on. Okay, the same way RDS is to get a managed relation database and Elasticache to get a manage the Redis or memcached and catches the in-memory database with a real high performance and latency. This is the when you want to making high performance of your application and increase the readability for your application. We are going to use this cache mechanism. Cache will be stored in the in-memory database. It's a kind of in-memory database. Okay, it's a store in the RAM kind of. Okay, and this will be based on your like a which type of instance we are going to use. That type of instance where it will be chargeable for us. Helps to reduce a lot of load of databases or read like this is what exactly. Intensity of workloads helps to make your application stateless. AWS take care of OS maintenance, patching, optimization, everything will be taken care of. This monitoring, failure recovery, and backups. Using Elasticache involves the heavy application code changes. Okay, Elasticache is solution architected for DB cache and application queries Elasticache if not available, get from the from RDS and store in the Elasticache. Okay, if data is not available, first time it will get and put in the Elasticache. Help to relieve the load and that is the main purpose of it. It will be less load will go for the RDS. Cache must have the invalidation strategy to make sure only the most current data is used in the there. Okay, if you old data, you will get there is a chances for this. You can make it for some time, like as we need to set up some time to remove the old data and make it for the latest one. Get the latest and put it there. Elasticache, that's the here session user session. So that's what we are going to. The users log into the any one of the application. The application write the session the Elasticache. The user hits the another instance of your application. The instance retrieve the data from user already logged in. Elasticache in the Redis versus memcache. There is a two types. One is the Redis and memcache. When you go for Redis, when you go for memcache, and we can see this multi-AG. When you go for multi-AG, the Redis will be helpful for high availability and then increase the readability. Okay. Now multi-AG read replicas and scale reads and the heavy availability. Okay. Backup and restore features are available. Memcache we don't get a multi-AG option. Okay. Multi-AG option we don't get the memcache. Multi-node participating on data, non-persistent, no backup and restore, and multi-threaded architecture it is. But here is the backup and restore, multi-AG option available, and read replicas are available. It will be increased cluster setup. Redis is the kind of cluster setup. Okay, that is the benefits of Redis and memcache. Two types of available Elasticache. This is for if you someone will ask into a question or anything like as how to improve performance of our database and anything is we can use the Elasticache option. Understand guys, concept is clear. What is the purpose of Elasticache? To increase your readability. Okay, the main reason is that increasing the readability. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Then next what we do, let's do the hands-on. Let's see the settings, what are the options we have here, and the next we'll do the go for the VPC settings. Let me stop this instance. Need to run. Go here. And, Elasticache. Okay, Elasticache. In memory cache. Okay, Elasticache. Elasticache. It's Elasticache, not Elasticache. It's Elasticache. Okay, see here, Elasticache. Elasticache is the web service, and that makes sense. Is it? Like, it's a kind of even serverless will come this. Okay, manage and it's kind of database also. Okay, it's kind of database. Let's get started and see Elastic cluster. There is a two types. One is the Redis and the Memcache. Like cluster mode you want, this will be chargeable more. It will come. If you want multi-ag, if you want RS, you don't want, you can do. But Memcache we don't have this option. Cluster mode option we won't get. Multi-ag option we won't get it. Okay, that is the difference you'll get. Select the Redis one and the Amazon Cloud on-premise. Use Amazon Cloud Elasticache instances. Okay, or on if you already have the like as any on-premise instance, even you can use that also. Okay, see here. If you like as give the Redis name, something, any name you can give. Okay, description if you want, you can give the description. You already have a this is the version. The by default Redis port is the 6379. You can use this, and default Redis you can run this. Okay, and node type is you can use this, and node type you don't go for that much big one. It's chargeable. Let's take a micro instance. Okay, it's a multi-ag. If you remove this option, you will lose these options. Okay, name, description, VPC, multi-ag setup, and all these things. We can give the only one number of instances you want to create. Only one you can give it, and remove this multi-ag setup, or else it will be see here, multi-ag option. Even if you zero, this multi-ag option will lose. Okay, multi-ag cannot be enabled this scenario because of if you zero. Okay, only one with the multi-ag option will come. If it is remove, then see advanced Redis settings. Create a group here, security group, subnet group. You can give the name, description, give the yes VPC and select a subnet where you want to be create only one subnet and select the zones or anything if you need select. And the encryption at rest, there is a different kind of encryption that provided. And like as RDB files S3 location, import data cluster if you have anything, importing some S3 from S3. Backup if you want to take a backup, no preference or anything. Automatically taking backup and maintenance will take care of everything. Let's create a but we can't test anything more here, but this is the way we are going to select the options here. The name, okay. This name is not taken. There is a separate group name. Subnet group my data belongs to different VPC. VPC then sorry, okay, something wrong with this. Now let's see here. It's take a little bit time, but we are not testing anything more here. But this Redis and all, this is application dependency. Okay, if the application return the code for this Elastic Redis URL and all everything, they take endpoint and port and all, they will put the data here. Okay, they will connect from the Redis. If you hit from this URL, the data will be stored in this cache. Those things we didn't test this right now. Okay, even I didn't use here in scenario. Even instead of this, sir, do you have any software this Redis? Even we have a open source also. Same, whatever the Redis will do, right? We have a open source Redis also. Okay, in memory data structure store. The people using this. Clear, guys? Clear now? Is clear for you? Okay. Anyways, let's discuss about the. There's nothing to test here in this. Like, understand that there is any. If someone will ask a question like as cache level scenario, we can go for the mem cache here. Okay, just Redis or mem cache. It's important for exam point of view. Cache means elastic cache. Okay, fine. Any questions, guys? Let's discuss about the VPC. The next. Okay. First of all, here we need to understand the first thing is, I think you guys already knows this private IP, public IP, static IP. Okay, remember this very important question. Okay, private IP is this is for like as every instant this IP is like as when you booting system, the private IP is not changed. If you want to communicate internally, we can use this private IP. Okay, and the public is publicly you can access when you not fix this public IP. When you booting, the every public IP will be changed. Okay, and the static IP is like as if you don't want to change your public IP every time, you want to fix this public IP, you can use this static IP, or else elastic IP we are calling. Elastic IP we are calling. Okay, a static IP or elastic IP both are same. You can use this any one of this. Understand this very important question they'll ask into a point of view. What is the private IP, public IP, and static IP, elastic IP? Okay. Then next. Okay, and before this, you need to understand the CIDR. CIDR. Okay. Till now, whatever we are implementing, the CIDR option will be the 0.0000/0. What does it mean here basically? Okay. What is the concept of the CIDR? First, you need to understand the CIDR. Then we'll go for the like this. Okay, the VPC and that. First of all, understand the CIDR here. This is about the CIDR information. Okay. This CIDR is the classless inter-domain routing. The full form is CIDR. CIDR is used for security group rules or AWS networking general. They help to define the IP address range. Okay, it is mainly for defining the IP address range. Very important interview question and even interview point of view also. Okay, interview point of view. Clear? But the next what we do, the CIDR are used to security group rules and networking for general, and it helps to define the IP address range. And we have seen like as this till now. And what does mean here? One IP is like /32 means this is only one IP will allow. Okay, like 0 means all IPs we are going to allow. What is the IP address / that only one IP only will allow to the access that application. Okay, he'll know if you give any port and all anything, we give the 00 this one, right? Like as anywhere. That means anyone can access for this port from any mission, any client we can access. If you give this particular IP, only that particular network, the network IP will become and access that application. Okay, that is the reason when you give the CAD/32, only but the single IP we are allowing. Okay, now see here. Let's do this. If you want to test this, you can go on. There is a one website for us, IP address guide. IP address guide /CADR. Okay, even if you see this, you can give anything. Okay. Now CADR is, this is the one range and the network mask is this and wildcard base, and this is the first IP, this is the last IP. Only one IP will be allowing for us. Okay, that is the total host is the one, right? That is what. And see here, if you give the one, it won't allow for anywhere. You must use the any one of the CADR here. Okay, like as the range, how many IPs you want to allow. Okay, it is a non, like as not properly we are mentioning this. Unless the here component. Now this is the like as base IP. What we are giving, this is the starting is the base IP, and this slash whatever we are giving, this is subnet mask. Okay, this is the base IP. Whatever we are giving this, that is we are calling base IP. This is a subnet mask. Subnet mask. And this base IP preparation, the IP contains in the range, that is your wish. Okay, the subnet mask defines the how many bits of that can be changed the IP address. The subnet mask can be take two format. Example of this is the less common, and slash more is the more common. Okay, this is the less common of this IP, this range. Okay, we are giving this is the more common is the /24. We are going to use this in real scenarios. Okay, /24 /32 means only one IP. This is the power of 0, 2 power of 0. As the 31 will give this, it will allow for 2 IPs, that is our 2 power of 1. And 30, I guess /30 means IP address /30 means it will allow the 4 IPs, that is for here. And /29 means it will allow the 8 IPs here. What does mean here, sir? What does mean here? Let me show this. You will understand this. Okay. Let's check the CADR calculation again. For example, let's say 10.0.0./32. Okay, let's say 31. 32 means one we already seen, right? You can see here. 31 means 2 IPs. That is the 2 IPs. Like as this is the starting IP, this is the end of the IP. Okay, /31 means. And if you give the 29, and give the 29 and calculate this, you should be remember all these things. Okay, in the exam point of view, like as associated exam. Now this is the 8 IPs it will allow. Okay, that is the 8 IPs will be allow this. And that /28 means 16 IP. This 28 for mostly using for the private subnet level. Okay, so 28 or 24 mostly. Okay, 256 IPs. And the public IPs we are going to use the maximum we can go is the 16 or something like that. Like as public no, like as private, the private IPs we are going to use this way. 22 or 24 something, 20 we are going to use this IP range. Okay, but in the like as private like as public subnet, we are like as where we are using the load balancers and set up those things publicly accessing, then we can give the less IPs, less range. Okay, when you give that like as public, like as internally private network, we can give the more IPs we need to access here, maybe like 22, 20 or 16, something like that. Clear? 60 means what? Like as it will allow the 65,536 IPs. This 60 and 24 and the 28 is important. 16, 32, 64, 128, 256 and 65,536 IPs will allow. I guess the last two will be changed here. Let me see here. Last two number will be changed here. Last two number means what? Let me show this. Okay. See here. Last two numbers will be completely will be this. 250, 255 will come, like 65,536 IPs will be allow for us. Okay, if you give this range /16 means this many IPs, like as 10.0.0.0, 01, 02, 03, 04, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7 like that up to this range. Last IP is this, starting IP is this. In between, from here up to this any range is right. That how many IPs will come between? That is the 65,536 IPs which will be allowed for us. That is another one is high 8. 8 is that will be like as the here is the last 3 numbers will be changed here. This is for this is the one. Okay, 16 crores, 77 lakhs, 72,000 like a 7,216 right. Here 7 lakhs 77,216. Here 16 crores, 7 lakhs, or else like this 1 crore 67 lakhs, 67 lakhs, 7,000 like a 77,206. The total calculation is something like this. This main IP, but we won't use this. Okay, and be careful. This is the IP range. This last 3 numbers will be changed here. Clear? Okay, I guess this 1 crore. Okay, 1 crore 67 lakhs. Okay, and here is that 67 lakhs, and even I didn't remember this number. Okay, and this 77,260. These many IPs it will allow. Okay, and like maybe this one is not there. It is this many. One means this many IPs will be allowed for this basically. And 0 means I guess everything. So invalid CH format. It's a invalid CH format here. If it's 000 means it will be allowed for us. Now it will be give the 0 means all. That means all. Even that is also 0 for me. That means all basically. This is not calculating, but it means like as all. It's not calculating, that means all. Clear guys, that is a CIDR. Like as what is a CIDR which we are giving? You guys are observed right when you create any instance. This is what, let me delete this. I'll delete later. It's no need to backup. It's by default the backup is there. Now what we'll do, let's go for EC2. Just want to show that what does miniature CIDR. We already seen in the every example, every from starting itself we are learning this. If you want to allow any, we are doing the same, right? It was running earlier, right? Anyways, let's see here. The security group, select any one of the security group. Inbound rule, we are seeing this, right? Edit, and here the CIDR. Okay, the source is the CIDR here. Okay, that is a means like as we are giving like as if you give it any port, like any port you want to run, just 9090 something. If you give the anywhere, it will give the RS CIDR IP security group or something. We need to give this CIDR particular IP range you want to run. Because for example, if I give this way, the IP range will be allow this. Only that IP range will be allow this, but we never use this option, right? Just today, let's see this, how it will be helpful for that is the CIDR means where we are exactly using. Clear, guys? Understand? Understand? Clear this CIDR calculation of this, like IP range. That means how many IPs you want to allow for this to access. This simply one word you can say how many IPs you want to be allowed that access. Okay. Clear? Good. Now let's see here. If you want to see one more example is here. /32 means no IP, only one IP can, no IPs will be changed here. /24 means last IP number will be changed. Last 60 means last two IP numbers will be changed. 8 means last three numbers will be changed. 0 means all IP numbers can change. Okay. That means. Now understand this here, little exercise here. Like as how many IPs will be go here. /24 means. Now if you don't know, then go on. Let's check here. Or else you can remember. Okay, 256, right? Yeah. 256. Okay, 256. This one. And the next is the 16. 16 means like a 65,536. Okay, and next 32 means that is for only one IP. All IP. Okay, they'll ask exam question kind of. Okay. The internet address system authority, like I established private IP only allows the certain values. Okay, this is the mostly we can use the private IP range. This is for the default AWS. Even if you see any private IP of AWS, they'll be start with the 172. Even if you guys are observer or not, let me show you once more time. If you see any private IP address in AWS, it will be start with the 172. Yeah. Every instance, okay, that is for AWS as well. And now here is the your home network. This is a home network here. Even if you see like as here. Okay, that home IP address will become like this. Yeah, 192.168.56.1. That is for home IP address. Okay, home networks will become. All the rest of IPs can be internet or the public IPs. Default VPC walkthrough. Now let's see that what is the default VPC. When you create a AWS account, they will create a one VPC for us. Without VPC, we can't connect AWS instance. We can't create. You can create EC2 instance, but we can't access that anything more. If you don't like a default VPC, that not only VPC, they will give along with the VPC route table, internet gateway, network access control list. Okay, and yeah, subnets. Okay, these are the options they are going to give for us by default. By default, these are the options they give. Then that is the reason only we can able to connect the instance. If you're not using for default VPC, if you don't have a VPC, default VPC, then how you are going to set up your custom VPC? That is what we are going to learn today. Custom VPC we are going to learn today and maybe tomorrow. Let's see default VPC, what are the options we have till. Okay, let's see. And tomorrow we're going to create a VPC, subnets, route table, internet gateway, create EC2 instance in the public subnet. Okay, that we're going to learn tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, let's create a private VPC, let's create an instance, then how to connect a VPC, what is the NAT instance, what is the NAT gateway. All those things we are going to see in the network access control list. All what is the meaning of those we are going to be learning this. Okay, let's see what is the default VPC here. All new accounts have a default VPC. New instance is launched into default VPC. No subnet is, if no subnet, it will be is specified for particular sub. Default VPC have the internet connectivity. All instances that have the public IP. We also get the public and private IP DNS names by default, right? And VPC in AWS is that VPC is a virtual private cloud. You can have a multiple VPCs in the region. Okay, this will discuss the later tomorrow. Okay, and see like today default VPC walkthrough. Go for VPC now, guys. Are you following me? Nothing, just we are going to learn the default VPC. What are the options by default they are giving for us? If you guys are observe, right, when you're creating a new instance, we are not selecting any VPC, we are not selecting any subnets or those things. Why? Means they are already given for us. Okay, that's what we are using. See that, and even let's create a EC2 instance with the default VPC here. That is also we're going to see that. That is we are never think about this. Okay, like yes, by default it will come only one. Okay, I created a couple of things here. That's the reason you guys can see here only one root tables, internet gateway, all these things. If you just do one thing, okay. So here maybe you guys will be a little bit confused. Default one because of I have multiple here. Let me log in the different account. Let me show that. Okay, go for VPC here. I have another account. Okay, that's the account I log in. This is the fresh one. Okay, that is for already did for many exercise, maybe the Terraform blah 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 things I created many things there. See here and see based on your region. Okay, based on region it will be creating subnets like as how many regions, how many available regions are there in subnets will be there. And VPC is the one and subnets are three: root table one, internet gateway one, and DSP option shares this one. And here is the security groups. Okay, here is the two. And because of I created one and one by default will come. Network access control is the one. Okay, these are the default options. Here is the how many security group will come, that will be showing. Here is the by default one security group will become here. Okay, even if you go open the security groups, let's see here which one is mine, one is the default one. Okay, this is the default one. This is the one which I created when I creating EC2 instance. And if you guys are seeing here, right, when you create a EC2 instance, this is a new UI. Okay, even if you don't want, you can disable this button. You can select the instance here. And see here next configuration instance details. And see here, this is a default VPC. This is subnet. Even you don't select this here, the subnet we can select if you want. This will become by default. Okay, default VPC when creating this instance. But now what we do, we are going to creating our own VPC now instead of creating a default VPC. Default will VPC everything will give for us. Okay, it will give internet connectivity, it will give the root table, it will give that VPC. How we are going to talk to each other every services, that's what we are going to be learn now. That's what we are going to be learn now. Let me show that VPC diagram. How look like this. mostly look like this. Okay, mostly look like this. This is a VPC diagram. Okay, now here I'm going to discovering most of things here. I guess VPC peering and all. You guys can be check this, and let me go through this something. Okay, and here in this scenario we are going to creating VPC and like as available zones, create a subnet and creating here network and this route table and creating internet gateway and creating a like private subnet route table, creating EC2 instance, and these things is like some other things. Okay, site to site VPN connection and corporate another data center you want to connect. This is the way we are going to connect. If you want to connect to private VPC from S3 or anything, this is the way we are going to connect. Okay. I guess if you want to connect from the like as DynamoDB, how we are going to connect this internet gateway, and this is things normal. Some other services you want to connect the VPC. Okay, this is another things will come. Okay, even you can see the official diagram of VPC also. Okay, like see that next class we'll do the one by one setup for one more thing. We'll draw the diagram one line. We'll go for the one things like a simplest method. We'll go this. For seeing this diagram very difficult, but we'll do that one by one. You will be understand clearly. Clear, guys? Clear, guys? Great, man. Okay, if you understand this VPC, you can do for it. Cool. Okay, yes, and see you on the next class. Okay, and tomorrow we'll discuss this VPC tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and later we can discuss about the AWS CLI or any other services, or if we can discuss, and then we'll start the Terraform. Terraform will conduct in weekends, guys. Okay, like yes, other people also were they are asking me to conduct in the weekends. What you guys will be thought? We'll finish it out in the 2 weekends, like as 6 hours, 6 hours. Is that fine? Guys? Okay, like as people are not joining right every day. Oh. Tell me, dude.
No, like for weekend 6 hours is like
No,
for 2 weeks.
not for like that actually. Like Saturday, like as 2.5 hour, like Sunday 2.5 hour. Like just 2 weekends, okay. Like as 10 hours or 12 hours, 11 hours, you can finish it out. It's a simple concept of Terraform. If you understand basic thing, one example you understand, you can very easy that. You can go ahead like anything.
Yeah,
Even
sure,
I've written
Madhu,
most
it's
of the
fine.
document. Guys, other guys also find right. Like most of the guys are requesting me actually in your batch. In your batch, guys are getting more jobs actually. Even they are not joining. They didn't understand the future. They are not understanding the future. They are just okay, guys, and see you on next class, guys. Bye. Good night.
Yeah, good night, Madhu.
Bye, guys.